Okay. All right. We continue with top-down analysis for next week. So we're going to see different pairs and to make it top-down analysis for next week. Okay. So that is the silver weekly time frame. We are going to start the silver on weekly time frame of this market structure. It is bearish market structure. Last week candle mitigates this fair value gap. Also, it closed the bearish. So the bias is bearish, and you can see the trend is bearish. I think that is corrective move to this weekly demand zone. And then when price reach that area, we'll find the buy. So the bias is bearish. Until now, we're supposed to find short position on daily time frame of this market structure. On daily time frame of this market structure here. I have unmitigated fair value gap here. There is point out. I have unmitigated fair value gap here. So expecting next week price will retrace back to mitigate this fair value gap, and then after mitigation of that fair value gap, we'll find short position to this weekly demands. Also here we have still said liquidity. Let us put it out here. We can mark it as a first taking profit level. So when we take a short position from that area, and then our target should be on that weekly demand, and then TP1 it should be on that sales and liquidity. Very simple and very clear on silver. So expect a bearish movement for next week on silver. That is it. Let's see another pair. Another pair can see gold. Goldie have this market structure, so it's bearish. Start with the weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, Goldie, what is going on? Goldie on weekly time frame can see this market structure. Last week, a candle manipulated previous week high, and it was the bearish. So it has pulled out previous week high, this area to manipulate previous week high, and it was the bearish. So that indicates what? That indicates the bias is bearish until now. I think it will drop to this liquidity here. We have that sales side liquidity. So for next week, we are going to find short position until price reach where? Until price it take out the sales side liquidity, and then from that area we'll find buys. Okay. So after I find the buys, shift your time frame to daily time frame or day time frame of this market structure. The time frame of this market structure. Previous candle or last candle closed bearish, so the bias is bearish until now. Shifted to 4-hour time frame for our time frame of this market structure. 4-hour time frame of this kind of market structure. You can see 4-hour time frame price mitigates this fair value gap. Have this fair value gap here. Let's zoom it out. At this fair value gap, which is mitigated fully, and candle closed the bearish. So expect next week price will continue to push down because we have that very good direction from that for her fair value gap. So expect the price will continue to push down. Here you have this order block. It may push price up just a little, and then price will drop to take out this side liquidity, and then the test, and then continue until you take out that weekly sell side liquidity. So when you take out that weekly sell side liquidity, from there is where we'll find buys for long term. Is where we'll find buys for long term. So the price is bearish. For now, we are supposed to find short position. Shift your time frame to 30 minutes. On 30 minutes here, this market structure. 30 minutes time frame of this market structure, you can see price take out that's previous high. It is pulled out, so as you can see it clearly. So as you can see it clearly. Here, we have this market structure, price, it take out this liquidity here. Price take out this liquidity. Okay. Remember for how across the bearish here, and then price retrace back to mitigate this level gap here, this imbalance here. So expect it on Monday, price may drop from that area, top that high, target this sell side liquidity is very clear. Is very clear setup. That will be our target. If it will fail from that level gap, here we have that resistance, wait the test of that resistance, confirmation, and then we'll find short position. The bias is very so. We're supposed to find short position. We are supposed to find short position. So that is it. On gold, you have 2 points of interest. That's first one, and then have this resistance here, and this resistance here. Okay, I think it is very clear on gold, very clear on gold. Let's see Euro USD. Euro USD have this market structure. Euro USD of this kind of market structure. This kind of market structure. We have break of structure here, another break of structure here. So when you see this, it is continuation of trend. The break of structure is continuation of a trend. And then last week you can see price retraced back to this supply, very good mitigation of that supply, and then it create impulsive move down side. You can see that is it. So what I'm supposed to do is to find short position. So where exactly you will find short position is from premium zone. So you can spot the optimal entry area here. Also, you have that imbalance. That area is exactly where we are going to find short position from. Is exactly where we are going to find short position from our target this side liquidity. This side liquidity, very clear. Okay, so that is it for Euro USD. So for very accurate setup, you have to wait to just into this area, wait shifty, in order to reduce that risky. So when you get market shift from that area, your risk will be reduced, and then can get in for that position. Okay. Gbpusd, very clear. We have this market structure. Price failed to take up the sell side liquidity, and then it created very good reversal pattern. You can see it is that engulfing candle. So that indicates reversal pattern. So this price is going to retrace back to upside until to this area. We have this breaker block. This breaker block, you can see it is already tested. So I think price may end up on this supply area. Here you have this supply. So I think next week price will raise up to this supply, or it may take out this liquidity. You can see it is kind of liquidity here. After it takes out this liquidity, it may drop again to sweep this sell liquidity, which is not yet checked. Okay, so expect it for next week. We'll find short position on Gbpusd from that area, and then our target will be that sell side liquidity. If we will start to take out this sell side liquidity, it will be very clear, and then wait the reversal, and then we find buys from that sell side liquidity. It is very clear and very simple. Usdcad, we have this market structure. Can start from weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we have wonderful market structure, very tremendous. Again, we have bullish bullish market structure, very, very aggressive market structure, very aggressive market structure. Last week, USD was very strong, very, very strong. So you can see here, price take out this buy side liquidity. So after liquidity sweep, what next? Remember here in sell side liquidity, we have this liquidity which is not yet swept. So price may drop later. Also, we have this one candle retracement, which act as point of interest. But here, also last week, you can see it closed above that previous high. Last week closed above that previous high. So I expect to find some buys after retracement. Expected to find some buys after retracement. It was USD card, USD cards, SD cards. Let's go to USD card. USD card, USD cards started on weekly time frame. Weekly time frame USD cards have this market structure. Okay. So last week candle closed bullish. Also, it closed above that previous week high. So it indicates continuation of bullish market structure. Also, can start on the left side if ability take shape or what. On left side here, you can see price is already. Okay. Price is already. So if price is already, so find buys. For next week, after we this shape here, expect retracement to this area and then we find buys. So that is the weekly time frame. Expecting next week we trade counter trend to this point of interest. Okay. Expecting next week we'll trade counter trend to that point of interest. For higher time frame of this market structure. For higher time frame of this market structure. So what I was supposed to do is stay on lower time frame. I'm just putting out that liquidity zone. You can see on the 30-minute time frame of this market structure. Where we are going to find a shifting, we have to get a clear counter trend trades. We're supposed to wait price to break this previous low here. So when it break that previous low, we will get a clear market shift, wait to test, and then we'll get in for a short position. For trade that counter trend, we are going to trade that pullback after liquidity sweep. We are going to trade that pullback after liquidity sweep, target that area. So you can see how this trend liquidity, so price has to take out this trend liquidity and then continue the bullish move. Okay, so that is it on USD. That is it on USD card. Very clear. So see you on Monday.